Buongiorno everyone, welcome to the Magpie Channel TV. Can't believe I'm saying this, really can't, but Steve Bruce is still here. All right, Steve Bruce is still here, and Steve Bruce is going to somehow manage his 1000th game, 1000 games as a football manager. So there's hope for anyone out there, any dreams, any ambitions, any job you want in life. You think, you want to be the next Eminem, you want to be the next Jeremy Clarkson, I don't know, whatever it is you want to be, there's hope for us all. Because if Steve Bruce could get the 1000 games as a Premier League manager, well, a lot of it was in the Championship as well, a manager at all, bewildering. He shouldn't get to 1000 appearances as a Subway manager. He shouldn't be 1000 shifts in at work in a KFC as a manager. Do you know what I mean? How on earth he's been a football manager for 1,000 matches, and we're giving him the chance to do it. Steve Bruce remains in Sunday. He will be in the dugout against Spurs. Official. We'll get into the screen share in a minute and go through Twitter and stuff and see exactly what was said on the Newcastle website today from the lovely Amanda Staveley. But bit of a mad one, really, isn't it? Doesn't quite make sense to me. Keith Downey and everything was reporting this time last week when the takeover went through that he'd be gone within 48 hours. It got to Monday and we thought, well, he could be gone by the end of the day. Monday, great. Happy Monday. Bruce is gone. He was there. Stevie came to training, met Bruce, and Bruce must be unbelievable in job interviews, meeting people, because he could get to 1000 games and still be here for Sunday. Unreal. And then Wednesday came, we thought, well, he's got to go now halfway through the week. Now there's only a few days to the weekend. Nope, still here. And then yesterday the players had a day off, which is absolutely mind-boggling. No idea why the players are having a day off just 2-3 days before a huge game, but that's how it is at Newcastle. Part-time footballers. Hopefully that'll change when the new director of football comes in, the new manager comes in. Really better, because Bruce can't be sticking around for much longer. It's killing the vibe, it's killing the chi. But I don't want to let it kill the vibe. A lot of people are saying, and I said it myself, that if Bruce is still here on Sunday, it'll tarnish the day a bit. It'll ruin the atmosphere, it'll ruin the vibe, because the crowd will turn quickly if we go 1-0 down, 2-0 down. You know for a fact it's going to be we want Bruce out chance. From before the game, war flags are there. The atmosphere will be rocking. It's a sellout. Dawn of a new era. Everyone will be absolutely buzzing, and you'll see Buddy Cabbagehead walk out. You'll see Brucey walk on the pitch, and it'll totally dim the mood. But in my terms now, I mean, I would have obviously wanted Bruce gone. I obviously wanted Graham Jones just to come in as a caretaker for a bit, but I don't want this to be negative anymore. We've been negative enough following Newcastle for a while now. I don't want any negativity around the club anymore. It shouldn't be. I think for me, I put the tweet out the day, Mike Ashley's gone. The main poison's gone. The main cancer in the club's gone. So now we're focused on hope and ambition and going forward. I can understand where the owners have kept Bruce, because if you're gonna bring Jones, and he's probably going to use the same kind of tactics. And I mean, Bruce has been using Graham's tactics since he came through the door, taking hints off him, taking hints off anyone that'll give him the time of day. Be taking off hints off Karen in Suit Drug on the weekend. You know what I mean? Buying his hair gel. So it doesn't matter. Bruce will take anything off anyone. So Graham Jones would have came in and done the same thing. Really, you just didn't want Bruce on the sidelines because you thought new start, new era. You didn't want someone there that. It's the same with the Sports Direct sign's been there still. Like it's still making you think of Ashley, innit? It's still making you think that they're there. So you want every bit of that horrible time gone. Bruce is still going to be there. Hopefully this will be his 1000th and last game. Well, I don't care about his last game. He can go back to Sunderland if he wants. Going back to League One where he belongs. But surely got to be his last game. I cannot wait for Palace away next week. I'm going to that. Hopefully we'll have a new manager in that by then. But again, the huge thing about this takeover is getting things right. We've got to get the right people in the right places. We've got to get the director of football in. We've got to get the right manager, his right backroom staff. So that's where I can understand Amanda Staveley and Gadassi and the rest of them thinking, let's just keep Bruce here. Let's let him train them all week. The players know them. The players know the situation. Everyone knows where we stand. Bruce has got his 1000th game. He can try and go out on a high. Let's just keep him here until, because you give Jones a caretaker, then in a week's time you get the replacement in. I mean, I'd rather do that, but I'm trying to just be reasonable with it and think, right, well, they've kept Bruce there. Let him just have this game, and then we'll start a complete fresh. Because if you put Jones in caretaker, then Jones is going to go in a week or 2 weeks, however long it takes. Jones is going to go, and then the whole new, it's a fresh start from then. So the thing is, just let Bruce stay. we all know, I don't think there's any point in shouting, even if we're 3-0 down in 20 minutes, there's no point in shouting we want Brucey out, because you know Bruce is out. Stevie's not giving him a chance yet. This, as much as Brucey's just said that he still wants to try and prove the owners he can do the job. Forget about it, Brucey. There's absolutely nothing. We could win 10-0 on the weekend, and you're not keeping your job, mate. Right? He's going. Bruce is going regardless. So let's not go into St. James's Park with that on the weekend and shout Bruce out and stuff, because there's no point. Let's just back the lads. Let's create an unreal atmosphere. Everyone will be buzzing. Let's just raise the roof, have war flags back, and let's just make it an atmosphere and a day to remember. The first day of the new dawn, the first day of being the richest football club in the world. Let's just focus on the positives. Let's get that game done. Hopefully get a win, get a result at least. Let's at least avoid a bloody defeat. But let's just back the boys. Let's show our appreciation to the new owners. Let's show our appreciation to the new owners for saving this club and getting Mike Ashley out, because that's the main thing. Ashley's gone, and that's enough. That's enough for now to be happy and excited about. Then a couple of weeks, hopefully we'll have the new manager, and then in a couple of months we've got a giant transfer window, and then we can really start building. So we'll get into what Bruce has said, what Staveley said, and obviously in the tagline of this video, he has hit out at journalists, which again is pathetic. This is why this bloke doesn't deserve to be in these types of jobs. Where's his PR manager? The bloke is absolutely useless, man. It's unreal. We'll see what he said. He lashed out at journalists today, so we'll see what he said in a minute. Big up, Josh. Thank you very much for that super chat, mate. Appreciate you as always. Hope you're well, mate. Hope you have a good weekend. Josh says, I know patience is key with our new owners, but the decision to keep Bruce in charge of Spurs is baffling to me. Surely they could have sacked him and let Jones be in the hot suit. If we win, it gives Bruce control. I completely agree, Josh. I completely agree. I'm just trying to not be on that side now, because I said it all week though, mate. I said get Bruce gone because it's going to tarnish the day a little bit. You're going to have animosity. You're going to have him stand in the dugout and fans getting angry when they see Brucey ball. We're going to walk into St. James's Park on Sunday and think, yes, man, how long have we waited for Ashley to gone? How long have we waited for this day? New era, new dawn. Everyone will be buzzing. Blade races will come on. The players will come out and they'll be Brucey picking his arse on the sideline. And then 10 minutes later, I'll be watching Brucey ball. And then we'll think, well, this was a waste of time on it, same old shit. But nah, hopefully not, because it comes to a time where this isn't going to happen overnight. It's not. I mean, for me, I am baffled as well as why he's not gone. The first thing to get fans on side was just to get rid of him. Get Graham Jones in charge, the caretaker. Absolutely anybody for caretaker. You know, they had Caldwell at the under-21s. Bring Caldwell in, bring any ex-player in, bring a current player. I'm not bothered. Honestly, it wouldn't even have mattered. Just say it bloody Fernandez or Lascelles or something, experienced members there, did captain, vice captain, to say, yeah, that's player coach for the weekend, no one cares. Everyone would have been happy about that. I think so. I would have definitely been happy about it. Player coach role, anything to get Brucey out of it, anything to not have him standing there and him in charge of the tactics. But the owners have let him stay there because, well, let's find out. Let's find out why. Enough of me waffling on. Let's find out just why the owners have agreed for Brucey to stay in charge of this game. Let's see what they say. Let us know in the comments. Hopefully this goes all right. Last time I tried to screen share his, but he cut us off. So let's hope this still works. Looks all right there. So there we go. We announced it a couple hours ago that Brucey would be in charge of his 1,000th. It's really hard to say that, isn't it? 1K. I'm going to go 1K. Professional matches manager. Stevie said they've had an extremely busy week reviewing the business and getting to know people. It's imperative that we continue to be patient and consider our approach. Change does not always happen overnight. It demands time, and that we follow a carefully considered plan and strategy. So we met Steve and the players on Monday, giving them the time and space this week and days off again since they were off yesterday to focus on preparing for what is a very important game on Sunday. A game why we're taking days off on a Thursday when we've got a game on a Sunday. Unreal. It's been an international break. Yeah, it's mad, the life of a footballer, like, and it's absolutely class. I only work 2-3 hours a day. I just have a day off, mate. 40 hours, 72 hours before a game. I just take a day off, mate. I ran. He's 19th in the league, not worried. Steve has been very professional in our dealings with him and his coaching team. We'll take the team on Sunday. If we make any changes going forward, obviously you should be in play there, Mandy. No need for it. Just get rid of that if, right? When we make any changes going forward, Steve will be the first to know. He already knows. Surely already knows. And by his press conference today, it looks like he knows. Do you know what I mean? If we make any changes going forward, Steve with first. No, best looking is 1,000th, getting there. The more you say it, the better you get. Match as a manager, and we'll be joining you in getting right behind the team. I think I would tell Brucey just to sit out in the dugout where the players are warming up, just stay there and just sit in your corner. What he should do actually is do a big Sam. Back in the day, remember when Sam Allardyce used to sit in the bloody middle of the stands with his headset on? That little guy that he used to work with. Just get Brucey in the stands so no one can see him. Nobody has to look at him. No cameras on him. No attention on him. Have Jones and that on the bench, whatever. Do you know what I mean? Get Brucey hidden away. But what I was saying was, don't let Brucey white out when the atmosphere's buzzing the players there. Just have him sitting in the dugout or sitting somewhere else. Tension off him. And then bring Staveley and Gadassi onto the pitch right before kick-off, and that'll get the place absolutely bouncing. That's what we need to do. When Varane was unveiled at Old Trafford for Man United, what a lift that was for them in that game, minutes before kick-off. Bit of a surprise thing. No one's seen it coming. Get Staveley, get Gadassi, get all of them out there. I want a PIF, fly them all over, get them all on the pitch. Probably better starting line than the one we'll have on Sunday. Get them all out there on the pitch, celebrate a new era, get the place bouncing, right? And hopefully it's a good start. Hopefully we don't go 1 or 2-0 down, because that's when the decision to keep Bruce there will backfire for me, big time. Because I think if we had just got him out there, got him out, no one's seen him. Jones is caretaker. It would have been better, but hey, we are where we are. Let's hope this time next week he's gone and we're not talking about it. Let's have a look through Twitter and how these things developed. Shout out NFC 360 as always for bringing out all the breaking news. Rounding it up, Klopp there was having a little whinge earlier, wasn't he? Having a little whinge, saying, "Oh, Newcastle, the new superpower now. They'll be guaranteed Champions League in a couple of years because of all the money they'll spend." Kloppy lad. Benitez came out with day and said that he was no intention of returning, but he wished for the best of luck. Obviously, he's going to say that. He's just saying a big deal there at Everton, so fair play to him. And look at this. Lovely to see that the club's been getting a bit of a mop and a dust down for the first time since Ashley took over. It's nearly 15 years since the bloody mop and dust has been out. Look at the clip of that. So hopefully that continues around the ground the next couple of days to get it sorted. But again, that's not going to happen overnight. Rodgers ruling himself out, saying that he's dead happy at Leicester. Fair enough. He was a real front runner a couple of days ago. It was looking likely. Sky in Italy reported that he was going to be taking charge. But he came out and said he's happy there. He's got a contract of 2025, and that's that. So moving on up. Fuck you, Rodgers. Brucey said that they just said carry on until I hear otherwise. That's what I've done. I have to say the players have trained magnificently well. Well, I bloody hope they've trained magnificently well, right? They should be as well, because they're playing for the jobs now. They're playing for the careers. The likes of Shelby first team on the team sheet every week, not for much longer, right? So they need to be playing magnificently to get well the mess that we're in, the bottom three, and then push up the league and have a chance of them sorting out their own careers, because a lot of these players are going to be in and out bigger the next couple of months. So they're playing for the careers now. Brucey said that Amanda and Gadassi are very, very good people. You won't be seeing that next week when they're handing EP45, son. Well, he probably will actually when he gets 8 million out of the moon, straight to Portugal. So this is where it all started, with Brucey and hitting out at journalists. Just have a little read of that when I have a little sip of my Ryan. So I would try and show you the video, but I may get done for copyrights further up. But Brucey basically hit out and he said, it hasn't happened what you all wanted. Let's hope you're getting stick from the people in charge of your department. As I have said many times, you have to take what comes your way. Well, you've been taking nothing what's coming your way lately, Brucey, right? Ducking and dodging. You've got real loads of shit. But it gets worse than that as it'll come up. He's asking for journalists to be slapped in the face and that as it comes further up. So hold on for that. Bruce to BBC Newcastle, there raised back tweets. Anytime there's a negative at the top end of any football club, it's a problem. That's now fixed. The fans all want to get behind the new owners and the new way forward. I'm sure the good times are upon us. Once you fuck off, there will be, Bruce. All right? So, and as Musgrove points there, who does this help? Absolutely no one. It's mad, isn't it? Why are you, Bruce, man, why are you still being petty? You just don't help yourself, do you? You just come across as all this stuff about when we first got him. It was like, oh, he's a nice guy. He's a bit outdated, a bit of a shit manager, but he's a great guy. I've never once seen him be a great guy. I really haven't. He's always came across as a massive arsehole. I hope you are feeling that heat from your bosses because it hasn't happened what you said, what you wanted. He's so pathetic, and he's so pathetic. I have to just concentrate on my job. It is contested that it's what we wanted. When did the journalists come out and say that they wanted it? They're just reporting what the fan survey said and what everyone was hearing was going to happen. It was just that the takeover went through so quick, we couldn't get you out the door. Hey. Yeah, some good news, which we'll touch upon more so in a preview. Got a preview coming for you tomorrow with Expressions, the Tottenham legend on YouTube. So we'll talk to him tomorrow. But some huge news there that Wilson, Lascelles, and Shelvey are available for Sunday's game. Dubravka's still out. Coming up Millhouse, coming up Newcastle, lovely stuff. So there, right, I probably shouldn't play that because I might get done for copyright off Sky. So we'll come up a little bit. But as you can see, I hope you guys are getting a slap from your bosses, encouraging a bit of work violence there, is Brucey. So not really acceptable that, is it, Steve? You know, usually been slapped a long time ago from your bosses. Well, maybe Charney has been giving you a cheeky backhander. Probably not, though. Been a bit too kind for that, hasn't he? Should be getting slapped all over, Brucey, for your performances. So how can you say it? I hope you're getting a slap from your bosses. Whoever your source was, whoever's feeding you, didn't get it right. Who's the mole? Who's the mole, eh? Wrong mole again. Didn't get it right. I hope you're feeling a bit of heat. You're talking to Craig Hope and everyone there. I hope you guys are getting a slap from your bosses. Oh my God. The shit that he comes out with, and I cannot wait. This is why I want him gone as well, because we spend so much time and energy talking about him, don't we? And that must be what he wants, but how unprofessional do you look, man, Steve? This should be your glowing opportunity to get a win on Sunday. Propose to other clubs, like, look, yeah, I've had 1,000 games as a manager. Go out and be respectful and be, you're on the market now. You're on the market now, championship at best, mind. But, there's lower league championship clubs and everything that might give you another job. You might get more than 1,000 games in charge. You might not want it. You think he knows this is his peak and he knows it's his last Premier League job. He knows it's his last £1 million plus paid job. So he might be happy with the compensation and not do the stress and just go. Fair enough. Regardless, why are you coming out and saying journalists need to get slapped off the bus? What are you playing at, man? You absolute moron. I hope you are getting a slap from your bosses, whoever your source was. Didn't get it right. Oh, man. I haven't even listened to myself, to be fair, yet. I just seen it in writing like that. But unreal from Bruce. Just one last hit out at journalists. One last way to sum up his press conferences and sum up the way he's been the last 2-3 years. That is it. I hope you are getting a slap from your bosses. Fucking hell. Can't come out with shit like that. Like, it's just unprofessional. It's pathetic. It's petty. It's Bruce. Absolute cabbage, man. Hopefully, pray to God this is his last match conference. Really, really do hope it's his last press conference. Oh, man, what an absolute fucking weapon. I would play it, but I might get done. But hope you guys are getting a slap from your bosses. Well, 1,000 games in charge. Must be doing something right, eh? Well, Fucking asshole. Zidane is rejecting an offer to become the new manager of Newcastle. Don't know how true that is. There's Brucey there saying he's not give up hope with persuading the new owners of Newcastle to give him a chance to prove he has a future as manager of the club. Don't even try it, Bruce, right? Don't even try it. And then, how much backlash that would cause. Don't do it yourselves, Amanda and Gadassi and everyone else. Don't do it. Because that's just that'll tarnish it. That you cannot give him any longer in this game. He has got to go next week. Regardless if we beat Spurs 4-0. We've got to be at least close to getting someone by next weekend, more in a week's time. Palace away, or even then, just Monday morning, if we get beat this weekend, just be like, right, fuck it. We'll give a caretaker, we'll give it to someone else. So yeah, there's no chance he's staying. No chance he's staying. Good to see some of the lads in training there. Lascelles talking about that. Oh, that's bad news. Hopefully that's not the case for Sunday, like that the Flags can't make it. That would be a bit shit. We'll just quickly see what. I don't think Craig Hope. He's still not allowed in the press conference, is he? See if he got any grief. See what he says. Yeah, that's what I mean. Bruce takes things so personal. They're literally just doing the job. Reporting information that they're given. It was the intention to sack him before Spurs, but just things didn't materialise, or they had too much to handle, and they just thought, oh, well, we'll keep him. I'll keep me dignity. So he's only had 10-minute conversation with him. Talked about the team injuries, very informal. Carry on until you hear otherwise. And that was on Monday. I think they were probably thinking we'll give him the sack on Tuesday or Wednesday, but now it's been done yet. It's not about money with me. I want to be the manager of Newcastle. I don't know if I believe that, to be honest. Well, in terms of, he probably does want to be manager of Newcastle because he won't be able to be manager of Notts County after this. So, he's not going to get many other chances. So if he's got, it's not about money, but it is, because you would, if you did have the dignity that you mentioned above, then you would have left, wouldn't you? You would have just left ages ago. When everyone wanted you to go, you would have just left. So it is about the money. You're waiting for your payoff. Buy another villa in Portugal. Yeah, I kind of get out of that. Like, Steven Gerrard there as well refuses to rule himself out of the Newcastle job. So contrary to reports earlier in the week where it said that Gerrard was happy at Rangers, he hasn't ruled himself out today when asked upon it. He thinks it's interesting what's happening at Newcastle. If anyone deserves a break, it's the Geordie fans. Look at him. He's trying to connect already. He's trying to make a bond. He's trying to get one his side. You may as well chuck your CV in as well where you're at it. Whoever asked him that question, may as well send him a CV. Send your CV in nufc.co.uk, Gerrard. All right? Get it in there. Look at him. He wants it. But I don't get involved in speculation. Oh, he'd snap his hand off at it. From Rangers to the richest club in the world, Newcastle, in the Premier League. I think you'd probably take it like Stevie G. And I tell you what, I'd rather have you than Stevie B. That's a Stevie B. Like, I don't want any more Steves, though. I've had enough Steves. We've got enough Steves at the club now. I don't want anyone to be hired again called Steve. No players called Steve. No managers called Steve. Who was I going to look for? I think I'll look for Waff from The Athletic in the press conference. Let's quickly see what he said. If he's got any more takes from Bruce's press conference. He did consider his future in the summer. Bruce has said denies he's holding out for compensation. Wow. He insists he didn't consider resigning this week, but he has revealed that he did consider his future in the summer. But he didn't consider it very long, did you? What happened there? 2 minutes, like, oh, do I need this? Yeah, I do actually. Won't get another job. Could do with the millions on the payoff. See you later. He's full of shit. Oh, he was asked about the human rights stuff. That's what politicians and all the rest of them look into. Great thing for the city and team too. Well, that's one question that he's actually answered all right in these 3 years, yeah. Me run unlikely after the international duty he played last night. Ahead of Spurs. All week the ability I've had from experiences that I just had to get on with my job. This is what pisses me off, One thing that he gets to his 1000th game in charge, and he's going to call upon that. But in those 1,000 games, he's done nothing, mate. He hasn't even won a trophy. What's he won? The playoff final. That's it. And then he's got beaten in an FA Cup final. That's his claim to fame. For 1,000 games in charge, all those years, that's pathetic, mate. Absolute shite. I wouldn't even brag about having 1,000 games in charge. Doing something for so long doesn't mean you're good at it. Do you know what I mean? What the hell? Can't be slippers and Warzone Boys Club now. That'll do me, like. Right, that'll do for that. Like, get your comments in. How are you feeling ahead of Sunday's game? What we're seeing. What do you make of Bruce going to get his 1,000th game? What do you make of Bruce still being there? As we'll wrap this stream up, I'll go back to the comments there. There's too many that were gone up. Shout out Nathan, thanks for that, mate. Good afternoon, Mark, Connor. Cheers, mate. It's cool outside, not that cold in here. Just dead trim, need a haircut, so thought I'd keep it on. Be honest with you, 1,000 too many, says Lewis. 100%. Ruined me Sunday already. Well, didn't let it ruin your Sunday, Johnny. Didn't let it ruin your Sunday. Let's go to the stadium, back the lads, show appreciation to the new owners, and hopefully it's his last game, bloody hell. Oh, aye. This is why it gets to me that he knows he's going, because he was still like bitter about it when he 300 billion consumables from Brucey Ball. See, this is why the takeover still hasn't settled in for me, because obviously we can't spend any money yet. It's not a transfer window yet. We haven't got the exciting new big name manager in yet, or any manager, or the director of football, anything. So when you watch the game on Sunday, same players, same sports direct signs, same Bruce. Yeah, you just, whoa, are we the richest club? Has anything changed? Because Ashley's never there anyway, so absolutely fuck all's changed for Sunday. just hopefully it's changed for the future. That's some positive news. As a Spurs fan, I honestly believe you can beat us even with Bruce. Quality. I think we can as well. I still think I'm a little bit less now that Bruce is there. But wait for the preview tomorrow. But I'm still confident, like, to be honest. Yeah. Yeah. Feeling it. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it, lads. I am. I understand. Yeah, what I was hoping for today is that Bruce was just going to come out and just be like, it's my 1000th game. I've chatted with the new owners and we've agreed that this is going to be my last game. Do you know how much that would have relieved the crowd? Because it's very likely that this will be his last game, that he will get sacked next week, surely. As we're appointed director of football, or we'll get on the right terms of management, interviewing managers over across the next week and stuff. Maybe appointing someone by next weekend. Let's hope so, but at least out the door. So if they had just came out the day and just said, right, we're going to show respect to Steve. He's worked with this group of players for a couple of years. He's kept up. He's allowed this takeover to go through, which is one thing I will show respect to Bruce for, even though the squad's been too good and we shouldn't have been in these messes and the football's been awful. At least we have stayed in the Premier League. And right, we're going to let Bruce take charge of this one. Bruce, right, thanks for the support, everyone. This is my last game. No one would have got his back then. Nobody would have given him shit. There would have been none of the Bruce out chance and all that if they all had said that he was going. If Staveley and Bruce had just joint announced, yeah, last game. Happy days. Happy days. Because even if it was shit, you just think, right, we're 70 minutes away now. This is the last half of Bruce Ball. Bit of a doubt now, bit of it up in the air, but no, I goes. Yeah, I'm not on that soft attitude of giving me 1000th game like bollocks. He's dragged me through the mud, man. Second bottom with no wins in 7 games. Less of the appease to that. Like I don't care. I really don't care. I think it'll be even more than that as well. The link with Marseille and everything. I think they'll start it off like obviously Man City with New York City FC and stuff. I think they'll just take over a couple of clubs. I'll have a new video coming on stuff like that soon. Well said. Well said. Plenty of new things to come through the door. And it will take plenty of time. Good. Looking forward to seeing them. His Excellency, best get that right if I ever want a job for him. His Excellency, Al Ramian, will be at the game and hopefully staving everyone. Get them on the pitch beforehand, raise the roof. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, and Ramona's obviously normally right, any. So, I mean, it kind of makes sense in a way. I would rather see a caretaker just to get him out, just to get rid of that whole attitude and nature and that time. But once a guaranteed replacements, and at least that's sorted. At least everyone behind the scenes is sorted, and there's no need for ins and outs anymore. So many comments from you. They have. Check out our Instagram along the bottom there. Come along the bottom now. I've put a photo together last week of all the little things that 5 or 6 of the players said, so check that out. Brucey's press conferences there. I don't think he'd even get a job at Norwich. I think Forky will just stay there. Norwich play better football than us. Do you know what I mean? So I think Forky will stay there and he'll just take them up one. It's typical Norwich. Yo-yo, up and down. I won't be because obviously I'm down here in Southampton, and then I'm in London on Sunday for Don Robbie's channel, so I'm going to be on his channel doing a live watch along on there. So tune into that if you're not at the game. So you're an Arsenal fan as well, so you probably will be. But looking forward to that, and looking forward to Palace away next week, Brighton away. Got all them tickets. Chelsea at home. I'm back up Newcastle for Chelsea at home in a few weeks. So, aye, good stuff. Good stuff ahead. Emery's linked. I think you'll be happy in retirement, me. With these 8 million, surely you'll be happy in retirement. Yeah, it should be a class day, something like. Just hope we get a result, man. Best thing he's ever said. Best thing you've ever said. Brucey's live. Brucey's in the video, everyone. Can you just resign, please, Steve? Do you want a favour? Right. I hope so, mate. I'm definitely ready. I'm definitely ready for that. Like, it'd be absolutely lovely. So, bring them in. Tell your friends. You tell your mum. Tell your dad. Tell your uncle, your cousin. Their cat and dog. You know, get them in. I want everyone. I want the 100k. Hopefully, mate. Hopefully that day will come. So that's it then. Bruce is here. Bruce stays and tells journalist bosses to slap their reporters around the face for reporting news, basically. You know, that's what everyone thought was going to happen. Oh, what an arsehole. What an idiot. So, anyways, Bruce is going to be there in the dugout on Sunday. Hopefully, it's his last game. He's 1,000 games as the manager. Hopefully, it's his last. Or at least his last for us. Don't care what he does with his life after that, to be honest with you. He can go and manage Carlisle for all I care. Get your rest. Get a 2,000 manager games at them. Not bad. As long as that in Newcastle. Lovely. Hopefully it's Bruce's last game, but hopefully everyone just has a class day on Sunday, enjoys it, enjoys the atmosphere, rise to the occasion, raise the roof off St. James's Park, show the appreciate the new owners, show the world on Sky what an unreal fan base we are, the best in the world, why we're the best in the world. Hopefully the players respond to that on the pitch, get a result, and then next week the new era really starts tracking along in terms of getting, and I said ticking along now, but I thought best not, because we all know who says that all the time. Hopefully we're on the right tracks next week in the takeover. We'll get a director of football, we'll get some managerial shortlist interviews at least done, and then we're on our way next weekend for a new manager being in charge. And obviously January transfer window and all that. But we'll see. We'll see. Keep your comments coming in. Let us know what you think of Bruce staying for Sunday. His ridiculous lash out at journalists, which is nothing new. And thankfully, hopefully it'll be the last of his press conferences as Newcastle manager. Roll on Sunday. Roll on tomorrow. We're going to have a preview tomorrow with Expressions, Tottenham fan on YouTube. Sure you all know who he is. We'll have a preview with him tomorrow. So keep an eye peeled for that. And Sunday, Spurs, baby. Let's see how we get on. Bruce's last game, hopefully. Cheers for watching, everyone. Subscribe to the Up by Channel TV and enjoy yourselves.